Hey, what's up everybody? Hope you're having a great day. Today's restaurant is called Shiggy's. It's located in Kalihi off of King Street and I believe it's Dillingham Boulevard. You could use Liliha, but it's right across the street from Mayor Wright's and the Jack in the Box on Dillingham, right where the Jolly Bees is, if that's a good landmark, or the Jiffy Lube. It's in that little shopping plaza right next to 7-Eleven, and they have been open for about a year, and they specialize in Japanese bentos and to-go items. They do sushi as well, but unfortunately when I asked her for a nigiri set, the lady said they were sold out already, and I only went at around 10 a.m. They're open at 6 a.m. and they get a lot of foot traffic from people catching the bus or walking to work. I would assume it would be a great option for the HCC students, since Honolulu Community College is right kind of next to there. It's really good to grab and go, super fast to get a great bento. I'm going to try their spicy ahi roll here, since it's a refrigerated item, and get that out of the way. It looks really delicious. They also do spicy ahi bowls if you want. Other items they do are chicken katsu curries, Mapo Tofus, bentos with the spam and hot dog and egg. They also have musubis. I heard those sell out really quick in the morning, and I really didn't see any today. So this is what it looks like. You get a pack of shoyu. I don't really need the shoyu, so we'll just dig in to this delicious looking spicy ahi. Even though it's pre-made and cold in their refrigerator, it's really delicious. It's really spicy, actually. Hotter than the usual spicy ahi that you get at a poke shop. It's got a nice spice to it. It's really chopped up finely, so it's easy to eat. And I like how it's rolled in this nori fully, so it's easy to grab. It's not messy to eat. So perfect on-the-go food. It's also got a nice sweetness to the spicy ahi, which actually balances out the spice. And I think it has a pretty good filling of ahi to rice ratio. You don't get too much rice, and so they're not really skimping out on the ahi too much, but you only get 2 rolls in this little packet. It does have a nice sushi rice flavor, so if you're really into that, it's not just plain rice. It actually has that vinegary tart taste to the rice, perfectly seasoned, not too sour, so it gives everything a roundabout balance with it, the spicy, the sweet, and the sour. If you're wondering how much the 2 rolls are, it is $5.99 for 2 rolls of the spicy ahi. All right, I got a couple of dishes just to show you some variations of what they offer. They have tons of things, from, like I said, sushis to pre-made bentos. I heard that you can also ask them to make the bento fresh. So if you're looking at a chicken katsu or something crispy, they also have tonkatsu. They'll make it fresh for you, so it's crunchy. But if you're in a rush and you want to grab and go, they also have the pre-made ones, but don't expect it to be hot and crunchy or anything like that. So next is the Mapo Tofu. If you don't know what that is, it's pretty much stir-fried tofu with a spicy bean paste with a little bit, usually they use ground pork. It can be any kind of ground meat as well, and underneath is a bed of rice. I'm gonna dig in here. Cheers. I wish it was hot, and I probably can go home and microwave it, but this is a great grab and go item. You know, if you're late and you didn't make lunch and you got to take it to work, you can always pop this in the microwave. But I was in a rush too. I didn't want to really wait for them to make 3 different dishes. So this one is cold, but it tastes delicious even though it's cold, but I bet you it would be super bomb if it was hot. What I like about this Mapo Tofu is it's not too spicy, but I think if you're not into spice, this wouldn't be too hot. But it's got a nice flavor. So it's not just all heat, it's got good flavor. And I see on their ingredients, what I like about this too is they tell you the ingredients in here. There's no preservatives or anything, it's just home cooking. And he put black bean paste in there, and I like that. I really like black bean, the Chinese style black bean sauce. Gives it a good flavor. And the tofu's super soft, and they use soft tofu instead of the firm. Really just melts in your mouth. And I like the addition of a little bit of green onion topping on there. Once in a while you get a nice crunch from the onions. And just so many textures going on. The crunch of the onions, the salty, savory of the black beans, the little bit of heat from the chili paste, and you got your silky tofu and your chewy meat, it all goes well together with the nice rice. Also, if you're a person that's going to work and you work early or you're catching the bus, when they open at 6 a.m., all of these items are hot on the table. So all the grab and go items, if you go right at opening, are going to be nice and hot for you. So this would be a good go-to breakfast too. Strange to have for breakfast, but when you're hungry and you're on the go, it tastes really good. The flavors of this remind me of, probably because of the black beans, the pork in here, nice and chunky, reminds me of that bitter melon stuffed pork. If you've ever had that, it's a local dish with Chinese influence. It's actually probably a Chinese dish too, a Cantonese dish, but I really like stuffed bitter melon with the pork and the black bean sauce, and it tastes really good. It just reminds me of that without the bitter melon, and there's different pieces of pork, little tender bits and also big chunks, so it gives you a different texture contrast every time you take a bite into it. It's really delicious. All right, so for that Mapo Tofu bowl, that was $5.99 as well. A pretty good deal for a grab and go meal with rice. All right, lastly, we have one of their bigger plates. This is their chicken Katsu curry. Look at all that chicken. That's a lot of chicken. You got your curry sauce, some pickled ginger, and half of a boiled egg. Looks like a great meal for lunch. Of course, this isn't going to be crispy again because it wasn't made to order. I just picked it off their shelf. So we're going to dip it in this curry here. Even though I dipped it into the curry, I can tell this chicken seasoned really well. And even though, you know, it's not as crisp and hot as straight from the stovetop, it still had a little bit of crunch in some parts. Really good flavored chicken katsu. Seasoned really well. You could even eat this plain with just rice. The curry is nice. It has a little hint of spice to it. It's a typical Japanese type curry. Very delicious. Has really good spices in it besides the heat spice. Just that nice curry taste. So because I got it off the shelf or the table, it's cold, so the curry kind of got a little gelatinous. But if you microwave this for your lunch, it should be good and, you know, soupy as a curry should be. But this is just the curry sauce to dip your chicken katsu in and to soak your rice in. It isn't your typical local curry where they would put all kinds of things in there, such as potatoes and carrots. So it's almost like the curry house type of curry. So don't be expecting things in it, but it is very flavorful. And even though I'm eating it cold, it tastes really good. Actually, you know, if you eat a bento and you're local and you're a kid that went on a field trip, eating it cold is fine to me. But I bet you it would be super good if you took this home and microwaved it, or took it to work and used their microwave in the lounge or something. It would be a great meal. We'll take a taste of this pickled ginger. It's on the side. Not a fan of pickled ginger when it comes to sushi, but I do like it with my curry. I like to put it on my rice with a little bit of curry on top. It just brings everything into another dimension, especially when you pair it with the meat. This is really good. Considering this is a pretty lukewarm plate and it's cold food, it's really hitting the spot. This is really yummy. Everything seasoned so well. And now you got a little side of a half-boiled egg. I guess I'll dip it in the curry too. Why not? Typical boiled egg, but it tastes really good with the curry sauce. Put a little ginger on there and you're good to go. All right, so if you're wondering what that delicious chicken katsu curry cost, that was $9.99. I think that's a pretty good deal. A lot of chicken to me, and the rice is on the bottom with the half-boiled egg and your ginger and your curry sauce. So very tasty food if you're looking for a quick meal. Go to Shiggy's in Kalihi off of King and Dillingham Street. I'll put the information in the description box below, and support a small local business. So if you like this, press the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you again on another food adventure. Peace out.